Hey guys, this is Marco and welcome to another Alfista video. Today we're going to be talking about preventive maintenance and we're going to be discussing this little guy right back here. This right here is your bleeder screw for the coolant. It is mainly used to remove air from the system. The problem with this screw is that it's made of a cheap plastic and over time it becomes brittle and it just breaks off. So today I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to replace that screw so you never become stranded on the side of the road due to leaking coolant. In my hand I have this kit that I bought in order to replace that cheap plastic screw with this metal one. And you got everything you're going to need here. You got the screws as well as the O-rings. These screws right here are made of a titanium alloy and they're super light. I'm really impressed how light they are. And the kit even comes with this tool right here. This is a T30 torque spit and this is what we're going to use to screw it in. This car is a 2021 Alfa Romeo Stelvio. And in this case, there's only one screw that we need to replace. And it is this bigger one right here. So if you have the same car as I do, you're only going to need this bigger screw right here. Okay, you're not going to worry about this smaller one. I know what you may be saying. Hey Marco, I don't have a Stelvio, I have a Giulia. What do I do? Well, no problem. I got you covered as well. If you have the Giulia, I'm going to show you as well how to replace that screw. Whether you have the 2.9 liter like I do or the 2 liter, I'm going to show you guys what to do step by step. All right, we're going to get started with the Stelvio first. Let me show you guys how to remove the engine cover in the Stelvio. So you have these two caps right here. Basically, you just need to pop these open right here. You got one there and you got another one right here. Inside here, you're going to find two screws. They're going to look like this. You can use a number 10 socket to remove these. Once you have removed those screws right here, don't worry about this right here. This is going to remain attached to the engine cover. You can just go ahead and grab the engine cover and then just pop it loose like this. Now we can go ahead and shift it forward like this. And then we're going to lift it out this way. Okay, just be careful with this piece right here. This tends to rub when you're doing that. The other option is to remove this brace right here, but we're not going to do that now. We're just going to keep it simple by doing it like this. Be careful with this connection right here as well. And these are the rubber grommets right here that are holding this in place. Plus the two screws right here that we removed. I would suggest that you let the car sit overnight. The last thing you want is hot coolant on your hands. In my case, I let it sit for a few hours. I'm also going to be wearing gloves just as an extra precaution. Before we begin, I suggest that you loosen this cap right here for the coolant reservoir. This is going to help to decompress the system so that you don't have too much coolant leaking over there. It's okay if you get a little bit of coolant leaking when you start removing that screw, but you don't want coolant gushing out of there. To remove the screw, I'm going to be using this wrench right here, which is a number 8. All right, so let me go ahead and start doing that here. All right, I cracked it loose. Now I'm just going to use my fingers to remove it completely. This is what the screw looks like right here. It's just a cheap plastic screw. And usually what happens is that the head of the screw falls off and you end up with just this piece stuck in there. Now we're not done yet. There is an O-ring in here that we need to remove as well. We're going to replace that with a new O-ring. To make your life easier, I would recommend that you use a pig tool such as this one right here. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and wipe this off right here a little bit. Make sure it's nice and clean. Then I'm going to insert the new O-ring. Be careful here because this is a very tight space and you can't lose the O-ring. You can drop it. All right, my O-ring is in place. Now I'm going to get my new screw and put it in there. This is an awkward spot here, so you have to be patient and methodical when you're getting the screw in there. All right, I got it threaded in there, so I'm going to go ahead and thread it all the way with my fingers. All right, I just finger tighten it there. Now this is the tricky part here. I noticed that with this tool that was provided in the kit, I can't really put it in there from this angle here, from the front, because of this support bar right here. You can still do it. You just have to go behind this bar here. So if you have small hands like I do, this will be easy. Otherwise, you may have to come up with a different solution than this tool right here in order to tighten that screw. All right, but for now, I can just go ahead go behind this bar right here and then position the torque spit right on top of the screw like so. Once you have that in there, you can go ahead and reach in and just give it about a quarter turn. You don't want this to be extra tight, okay, because that is a plastic thread here there and you don't want to damage that. All right, so that's about as far as I'm going to go. Now to remove this is going to be again a little bit tricky. Like I said, if you're using this tool, I'm just going to push down on this hose a little bit and to give me enough room to remove the tool. just like that. And that's all there's to it. So you guys can see right there, this is a 2-minute fix, and that's gonna be a huge improvement over the OEM screw. The last thing I got to do is to run the engine, make sure that there are no coolant leaks, and don't forget about this cap right here. Make sure you tighten this again. Now that we're done with the Stelvio, let's go ahead and move on to the Giulia. Love the channel? Join as a member for bonus videos, early access, shoutouts, and more. Just click the join button. It helps me keep creating and you get cool perks. Thanks. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do here is to remove this engine cover. I already showed you guys how to remove the engine cover in the 2-liter by showing you the Stelvio one over there. Now with this 2.9 liter, we're just gonna go ahead and grab it like this, then pop it loose. And we have several rubber grommets that are holding this guy in place. So let's go ahead and move this to the side. So in this 2.9 liter Giulia, you're gonna have only one screw that you need to remove, and it's gonna be back here. Now, if you have the 2-liter engine, you're gonna have 2 screws. You're gonna have one here and another one over here. All right, this is gonna be the smaller screw in this area. This is gonna be the bigger screw. So you can reach back here and remove the screw if you want to do it that way. But since I'm recording a video for YouTube, I'm gonna have to make some room here so the camera can pick up what I'm doing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove this air box right here. This car has 2 metal clamps, one right here, another one right here. You also have this coolant line right here that is attached to the air box. So we need to carefully detach it from the back over here. There's a clip that's holding this. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this up. Then right here, and right here. Now I can just pick this whole thing up. You're gonna have some rubber grommets right down here. They tend to get stuck here on the nipples. So it's better to just remove them like this, and then put them back to where they belong. All right, let me show you guys where the screw is located. Is that one right there. All right, so let's go ahead and replace it. Once again, I recommend that you loosen this cap right here. This is the reservoir for the high temperature cooling system. I'm using a number 8 wrench once again. There's the screw right there. All right, now let's go ahead and put in the new screw. Now I'm gonna give it about a 1/4 turn here. Don't forget to tighten this back up. Now let's go ahead and put back the air box. Don't forget to secure this coolant hose once again. Now I'm gonna use these pliers right here to clamp these down again. So we're pretty much done here, guys. Before I put the engine cover back on, I want to run the engine, make sure that there are no coolant leaks. Once everything looks good, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the engine cover back on. All right, let's talk about the screws that are found in these cars from the factory. Okay, so this is the plastic screws that came out of the Stelvio, and this is the one that came out of the Giulia Quadrifoglio. This right here, it's obviously not very good quality. That's why they keep breaking. Okay, they go through different heat cycles, and eventually it just becomes brittle and it just snaps off. The head falls off, and this threaded piece is left behind in the hose. I just wanted you guys to take a closer look at this. I noticed that there's a groove that runs vertically, all along the threads here. And my understanding is that this is so that air can bleed out more easily. So the idea behind this bleeder screws is so that you can get air out of this system. Because air doesn't transfer heat as well as the coolant does, we want to get rid of the air. And that's why this has this groove right here. And basically, you're not supposed to remove the screw entirely. You just kind of loosen it a little bit, and then air will start coming out. Then you'll see coolant coming out, and that's when you just tighten this back down. Now, in the screws that come in the kit, they don't have the groove that I'm talking about. All right, so these ones are just regular screws. Nonetheless, air will still come out when you loosen this screw because there will be a helical gap, along the threads. So as you untie the screw a little bit, air will come out of the system, out of the helical gap. Now, it may not be as fast as this one here, but it will still work. Let me give you guys some of the dimensions in the screws. The most noticeable difference is that the one here in the Stelvio, it's, at least the head is much larger than the one out of the Giulia Quadrifoglio, but they're still the same length, okay? And these are both M8 screws, okay? So the reason why they're M8 is because they're 8 millimeters wide. The diameter of the threads here is going to be 8 millimeters, as you guys can see right there. All right, that's the one for the Stelvio. This one right here is going to be the one for the Giulia Quadrifoglio. Let me measure the head on this one here. This is going to measure about 21 millimeters. And the one for the Stelvio, this is going to be larger. and this measures about 24 millimeters. Now let's go ahead and measure the thread length. The one for the Quadrifoglio is about 12 millimeters. The one for the Stelvio is about 13 millimeters. As you guys notice, I don't have the 2-liter Giulia, but this is the screw that would go in there. Okay, this is the one that came from the kit, and this is an M6 screw. Okay, if I go ahead and measure this one here, you guys can see that the diameter of the threads is about 6 millimeters. That's why they call it M6. The thread length is about 10 millimeters on this M6 screw. Now obviously the O-ring that goes on this M6 screw is going to be a lot smaller than the one that you're going to find in the M8 screw. Okay, so just for comparison, let's take a look at those. Let me take this one out here. As you guys can see, it's a pretty big difference. And just for the record, let's go ahead and measure this one that came in the kit. The outer diameter in this small one here is about 10 millimeters. Now in my right hand, I have the O-ring that I took out of the Stelvio. The one on the left is the one that came with the kit. Okay, so they're about the same size. What I do notice is that the one in the kit is a little bit thinner than the original one. Now let's have a look at the outer diameter in this OEM one, and that's about 20 millimeters. In terms of thickness, that's about 2.4 millimeters. If we look at the one that comes in the kit, the outer diameter is about 19 millimeters, and the thickness is about 2.3. And one issue that I came across is that the kit only has these 2 O-rings here, and this larger one here fit just fine in the Stelvio, but when I went to put it into the Giulia Quadrifoglio, it did not fit. This is too large for the Giulia Quadrifoglio. So I'm going to throw a picture on the screen so you guys can see. So it appears that the one for the Giulia Quadrifoglio needs a different size O-ring. So I ended up reusing the OEM O-ring that was in the Giulia Quadrifoglio. The car is not even 3 years old, so I'm not worried about that O-ring going bad anytime soon. So if you buy this kit and you have the Giulia Quadrifoglio, just keep in mind that you will either have to source a different O-ring for the Giulia Quadrifoglio, or you can just reuse the existing O-ring. So yeah, if you have the 2-liter Giulia, you're not going to run into that issue with the O-ring. You can just use whatever's in the kit, or you can go ahead and reuse the existing O-rings that came with the car. I would say that anything under 10 years old should be good to reuse. Now I paid about $20 for this kit that included the M6 and the M8 screws with the O-rings. That's cheaper than most of the options that you're going to find online for these cars. Now there's another option that you have, which is to go to a hardware store and get yourself a corresponding M8 and M6 screw and go that route instead and spend less money. The only thing that you would have to make sure is that the head of the screw is wide enough so that it has a good seal against the O-ring. Otherwise you may have a coolant leak. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, give this video a like so more people can find this content and benefit from it. I hope to see you guys in the next video.